How can operators be sure that their flight crew have all the information they need to understand every aspect of what it takes to safely fly an aircraft? And how could operators benefit from clear knowledge of how the designer intended the aircraft systems to be used? These are questions that flight crew operating manuals are intended to answer, and they add plenty of information that isn't available in existing manuals, according to operations experts.
The FCOM, the Flight Crew Operating Manual, differs from a flight manual in a number of ways. Whereas the flight manual is really a list of limitations, it's do's and don'ts. What the FCOM is about is the how to do it.
It allows the operators to develop their operations manuals to accurately reflect how the manufacturer intended the equipment to be used, but also to allow crews to get a more in-depth knowledge of the equipment, so how to fly as opposed to what to fly. So it'll add in AFCS recommendations, how to use the autopilot, how to set it up before you start the procedure, pilot monitoring, pilot flying calls, which will only help them operate more safely and more efficiently when they're out doing their jobs.
The Flight Crew Operator's Manual can help crew with any information they may require or trying to recall you're in a degraded mode where the system is malfunctioning. It removes those mode confusions. Should I be using this mode now or a different mode? And those are the kind of things that an FCOM can resolve for a crew and say, the manufacturer would like for you to do this because that's where the protection of the system lies.
Getting the best from increasing automation in helicopter systems is a big factor behind the development of FCOMs.
A large part of automation is using an appropriate level of automation and not just using everything just because you can. And also to see when it's going wrong and the best way to deal with it if it is going wrong and how the automation can help them rather than hinder them in that situation.
FCOMs can be a good protection against the sort of safety disconnects that can occur when pilots move between different operators and find themselves working with new colleagues.
The operator he's now with is operating exactly the same aircraft type, but his procedures are different. It's not hard to learn something new, but it's extremely hard to de-learn what you've been using for the last 5 years. The different phases of the flight will tend to stress you in various ways by threats coming from inside and outside. And when those threats pressure you in your job, you tend to revert to what you've been using for a long time and not take in the new stuff.
FCOMs are prepared by aircraft manufacturers and are specific to each individual aircraft type. But operators have a big part to play in ensuring that they're implemented thoroughly.
To implement the use of a Flight Crew Operator's Manual, a helicopter operator would have to review the FCOM when it's published. You review the FCOM with the flight manual. You then compare that to your operation. What do I need in my organization? What kind of circumstances do we fly in? You need to pull the good out of the FCOM that you can. Now, if in an ideal world, you probably pull most of it out, but you need to apply what's in the FCOM that the manufacturer wrote and develop your standard operating procedures in accordance with those. Most importantly, when you're done, you need to compare your SOPs to make sure you didn't go against anything that, first of all, the flight manual suggested or the FCOM suggested, and that you're aligned with the manufacturer.